work out, Colin, because this going into game number 2, if you haven't watched Dodgeball, you're not going to get that reference. Game 2's coming. A long time coming. And I'm ready to see what it takes for Vici Gaming to bring it to game 3. Why not? Let's get into it.
Energy's still there for all of the supporters, so that's a very nice pickup. But we actually got to talk about this very early invade. It's a sweeper from Ben as well, so he knows for certain that he's not spotted.
Oh, Chelizi's into the brush first. When are they going to spot Mole? He's coming. I think they would have spotted him out in the end. They're just going to give Ben 4 the leash onto the red buff while Chelizi and Youdang are still coming in.
They're going to do it.
But look at where Max is. Has the flash, has the shield of Duran start, I assume.
Ooh.
Flashed away. Respect is there, and Ben 4 gets a red buff, and Youdang burns flash early.
Also, they forced out the ward in the top side. I want to see who actually dropped it, but if it was Chelizi, then that means that top lane is also going to be unguarded for the longest time.
Another elephant in the room as well is the fact that Mole is actually mid into the LeBlanc. So take away everything I said before. Seeing as Zoe top would be ridiculous. I would have agreed with myself, but I'm not sure what to expect in this series as we see V5. No, they're not going to make the same invade into the blue buff. Youdang still spotted out.
Straight into the bottom lane, though. They're just going to keep on going.
He's rolling on down. That ward is going to expire. Good ward time there from Southwind and Puff.
It was. It actually delayed everything. And the speed up advantage from Youdang as well to actually get his blue buff. Won't be denying that one away. But if this is secured by Ben, for once again, we see another 3 buff.
You're seeing Comet Rise, by the way, on Windy. Also Electrocute on the Zoe, which has been the go-to. But more surprised the fact that we're seeing more and more of the Comet Rise in lane. Going up into the Akali, of course. Going to be very painful. Chelizi going to get zoned out of this wave in the first portion.
And also our player POV, you can check out Southwind if you can find your way.
I'd rather you guys... Yeah, that's right. Go and find it yourself.
If you can find it. I'm not going to tell you how.
I'm not giving you a link. You want to go away from the English broadcast? Well, you can't. Wow.
Dang.
Korn really just living, breathing this matchup. And so it should be okay here. I wish the observer once again would turn around. Just so I'm sorry I'm so complaining, guys. Just, you know, I asked for the little things. Like this, the flash into shield of Duran, the ignite, Ben 4, audacious charge. He wants in, but he's not going to go.
He didn't actually E in the end there because the exhaust was enough to delay Ben 4 from ever finding the distance onto Puff, and it was very well played because Max even had to burn a flash just to get in there.
Well, Southwind used exhaust, heal in that matchup as well. Windy, by the way, just foul smack at him. It's going to be a very rough lane for the Akali. Well, in the mid lane, things still going even, so good news somewhere here for Vici Gaming, but for V5, everywhere else active.
This is punishing for Vici because they drafted specifically to win their lanes. Now not looking too hot at Ben 4 once again.
He's back once again, level 3 on to Puff. Who's he jump on? He makes the move. He flashes for it as well. And Puff has to use his own very worthy trade as a prowling projectile just tells Ben 4 where to go. So
if you take a look at it, Ben 4 actually opted to go for the Hail of Blades. I know we're taking a look at Yuumi right now, but the Hail of Blades means no phase rush, and he couldn't actually run up after Ezreal Flash.
I'd really like to explain these runes, so hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get to that in a second while Vici Gaming just getting bullied again. Leave him alone, Mo. You're meant to be a top laner anyway.
Where else is he meant to go? Now he's actually going to get sandwiched by Korn and Youdang.
There's a good counter gank, or rather counter roam here from Youdang. Mo is backing. He's going to be prey-seek it out, spotted out. Youdang still level 3 only as there's the flash over from Mole. He does eventually hit the jungler from Youdang, but that's not going to mean too much. So I'm going to burn down from the Zoe.
Realistically, Mole could have just walked out of that one, so it was a little bit of hubris to stay there and to actually back as well. Now he pays with his flash.
Now, I would like to talk about the runes being taken here by Yuumi as an avid Yuumi goer myself. Precision has been the second rune choice. It has been the go-to in the LPL and also in solo queue. You get Presence of Mind there for the mana when you get a takedown, so very good for in-lane trade.
Don't need Triumph because you usually shouldn't be taking any health damage anyway.
But also, I mean, Presence of Mind just focuses on the mana so much more as well before this engage comes through. Thank you so much. Let me speak. Let me talk.
Get him. You get him, Chef.
And the other one there is Cut Down, which Yuumi has no health, so if you don't know what cut down is, you do more damage the more health than you they have. And always as Yuumi, you're going to do more. So those autos that give bop and block, also going to give you a ton of extra damage that you never thought you had. So some good news there as the precision mains, or rather, sorry, the precision second Yuumis.
Yep.
So it's exciting to see that's being taken here by Southwind. As we didn't get a closer look, it is a common as well, so there's a lot of extra damage out of the cat.
Because you even got the focus in your sorcery tree, which means that above 70% health, do more damage. So all of this is maths to maximize your poke potential as the Yuumi.
Absolute resolve, of course. Southwind, there you go. There's a little bit. Hit him again. See?
There it is.
It all feels pretty good.
And this is only lower levels, so wait until Southwind actually starts to get some items, and that's going to be when it hurts.
Cut down percentage. Southwind poking on out. He thinks it's max, though. You don't get vision from that Q.
Youdang, wow!
This is the pathing he's taken before. Windy is going to find himself in the middle of a bit of trouble. Realm there. He doesn't take it now to Chelizi, who's level 6. Vici Gaming have an opening, but Windy's gone the wrong way. Perfect execution. Down onto the rise. They knock him up. They knock him so far up. First blood for Youdang.
And it was smart of Windy to walk forward, but even then, that's just putting you into an even worse position as Rise, getting cut down by both the Akali and the Rek'Sai. That cost a flash by Youdang, by the way, but it's still first blood, which is worth it.
I mean, that's recovery there for you for the jungler of Vici Gaming. That's recovery for Vici Gaming itself as Korn spots out the Mountain Dragon being done. A kill for the top lane. Responses Dragon, V5 still trading in a capacity. And they're still 10k gold up, or rather 10k gold. Here we go, folks. Give me a break. 1k gold down at this point, but the Dragon's going to compensate for it.
Yeah, they're going to get that, which is going to help them with the jungling a whole lot faster as well. Ben 4 is mostly looking to both counter jungle and also to power farm as well. Mountain Drake helps with both of that, so it's a very good buff to the jungler in specific, especially seeing as Youdang is focusing more on ganking.
V5 starting for the invade. They pick up the blue buff there. The old Vici Gaming special is Youdang. Going to see Mole. He's going to path over here as well. Get ready. Mole hasn't spotted him just yet. They jump on in as Korn first. The exhaust gets dropped down as well. Mole in a difficult position as Youdang still wants to take it forward, but he doesn't have the Prey Seeker. Blocked by Korn. Mole wants to turn this into 1v2. Cleanse burnt. Now that is some flexing from the Zoe mid.
And let's have a talk about this actual difference in the jungle pressure between these two players, because of course you've got Youdang, who's gone for the first blood and also aggressive gank in that instance as well, compared to Ben 4, who now, you would assume, will successfully 3-buff him twice. This is the difference between farming with the rest of your squad and also ganking for your squad.
Also in jungle lead right now, Youdang has a 12 CS lead, so about 3-4 camps in the lead as he's now found himself Windy, who wants to heal back up. A Korn flashes on in. The rest of Vici follow up. This is not good for top lane Rise.
He just wanted some help. And all of a sudden the mid laner was there as well to take him down. This is a very poor start coming out from Windy, and he has to start hugging the turret now, because if he doesn't, then Chelizi can
I don't think that's going to help him. Youdang can still go in for the dive. Level 6 now hit up by Rek'Sai. Void Rush makes him untargetable. So
the resets is good.
Is even more dangerous. 2 kills for Youdang, and let's not forget the fact that there's going to be a Warriors Rek'Sai who has Conquerors. He's just going to be smacking away.
But mind you, the nerf on 910 did hit Chelizi's Akali to the point where you can't actually just stay under the turret with your smoke anymore, so it's a little bit of reprieve. And
but Mole just stepping out of position. Here we go again.
And back there.
Youdang, press it. No, maybe not yet. Max has the flash, jumps on in. Shield to Duran. They get the Rek'Sai. 1-for-1 trade as TP comes back in. It's Y4 who's like, hey, let's party.
Y4's there just to secure the lane to make sure that Korn doesn't push it in now that there is a death.
As you're mentioning before, the Rise and Akali matchup, we'll bring ourselves back to that because for Chelizi, he was already getting shoved out. Vici attacking the winning matchup on the map here for V5. And Windy's still able to push up, but you've got that kill on the Akali, which evens things out just that little bit. So now for V5, they're trying to do what Vici did first and attack this top lane.
Works out favorably, and I like the build to completely counter both the two solo laners. It means that if there is a swap in the mid game where Chelizi needs to defend against somebody else, she could do so comfortably because both of them do magic damage.
All right, also, you gotta remember, with the Rise, the Zoe, also Galio shielded Duran, Tenacity, very big purchase here for Vici Gaming, expecting a couple more members to pick it up. But Y4 and Max have moved to the top side here, and Youdang He's out of his shell. He's like, you know what? I don't need Tremor Sense. I know that there's some fresh meat.
As soon as he gets the first initial ones, he can come out of it, and it's not a huge issue for him.
Go.
But now...
Youdang's ready. Now, he gets bursted out a little bit, but this is a bait from the Rex side.
And it doesn't even matter because he's going to be able to heal it up with his passive in Burrow as well. They have so much pressure onto the top side of the map. Quite frankly speaking, I'm surprised they're not trying to force the Rift Herald.
Vici Gaming, take a quick look though, because at the moment Rift Herald looks to be started. But V5 aren't starting it just yet, while the bottom lane, who's already down 5 CS by the way, is getting pressured out once again. And Windy even pushing on the bottom side. So this rotation, slow to the punch of Vici Gaming, while V5 are getting what seems to be the maximum out of this turret play.
Once again, it's just the lead that V5 can accrue for themselves from the macro plays alone, rotating their members already into a very early 1-3-1, trying to force their bot lane into the top lane as well in order to create some extra pressure for the turret plating. It's too much for Vici to handle, and they're always one step behind.
Yeah, V5 pick up the Rift Herald as well, and what's the trade-off? They want to go for the dive in the bottom lane, while V5 are going to get that. They can drop it top immediately. Youdang is waiting patiently to get that said trade.
Just looking for Windy over here. Windy's already been put into a corner, and this is not working out for him.
This is the Tremor Sense of the Krugs moving, but mid instead. Now for V5, this has not been predicted by Vici.
Yeah, already they can get such a good shot.
I'm going to take it back. Here comes the Urukai in Youdang as he gets ignited down into the Void Rush onto Ben4, but he's destroyed. The fight is over, or seems that the final chapter persuades me to continue on. Vici don't want to go further though, and for V5, Max using the stopwatch at the cost of a kill. Thank you kindly.
Even more importantly, that stopwatch means that the 1-3-1 can continue. Still in the top side, Y4 is pushing down the top turret, and at bottom, Windy as well. So with that fight disengaged against Vici Gaming is very smart by V5.
I know it bothers you all that that ward was not taken, but rejoice, he probably would have died if Puff and Southwind decided to go in on him. So that's all I've got for you on that matter as well. But we'll take another look back as to what happened here, because Youdang decided it was time.
Yeah, it's time to come in, and then the Rek'Sai goes into her ultimate while she's already pretty much condemned to death. Max, with the stopwatch as well, buys so much time against Korn, who tried to burst him down, and that time was used by both the top and bottom laners.
That was like Neo dodging bullets. We decided to go full slow-mo for the whole thing. Vici Gaming, that was a slow uptake on what was happening in the mid lane, although Youdang wanted to force. Such a global comp here from V5 with the Realm Warp, with Max on the hero's entrance. It's hard to be caught out of position if you're V5, as they're still in the gold lead, they're still maintaining pressure in both mid and now top as Ryze gets the push back out. But remember, at this point, Essence Reaver Sivir starting to get big.
She's there, and she's at the point in which she doesn't have to worry about mana when she's pushing as well. So Sivir mode activated, especially into Chelizi, who can't clear these waves. Very good.
Oh, hang on.
My!
In a 1v2, how does Windy go? Puff, run, double flash. Oh, the reaction from Puff, though.
Youdang.
Oh, he's coming in. Here we go. I called him a fighting Urukai. There we go, on top of his face. It's almost like he was Legolas, or rather, Boromir.
I mean, Youdang picking up the scraps. It was pretty much a poke from Puff as well. The flash bait, so the double flash from Windy also. And then once he's without summoners, just gank him. Under turret, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. You get yourself another kill with the Rek'Sai, and this top lane turret drops down. You can see what Windy was going for. It was a very close call. And the rest of V5, they capitalize on it. The bottom lane drops, the mid lane drops, so it's not like his death was in vain. Again, another similarity. So 1,500 gold in the back pocket of V5, and not that you're looking towards that Cloud Dragon, but they've already got 2 mountains.
Yeah, check it out. It's a hefty amount of time away from the Baron as well, so we can actually start talking about the gold differential. It is swinging towards V5, even though there are more kills towards Vici Gaming. The two things that are setting them apart are obviously the turrets and also the Mountain Drake. So both of those two things will be weighing very heavily against Vici Gaming. If Vici Gaming either unsuccessfully find another pick, or they take way too long in order to get the pick, that's more than enough time for a Sivir to push the turret and also to take the turret with the mountains.
Because you got the Akali for scaling, and if we're talking about time, Puff will surely get there, but it's not like you say, oh, we have a Ryze, we have a Zoe who's just going to pop everyone late game, and we have a Sivir. So once again, V5 have gone for this point where, or rather this composition where we get to 30, 35 minutes, and you'd favor them, whatever the circumstances, unless Vici Gaming had such good control of this game, which at the moment, they don't. They're still trying to break those outer turrets.
They're just doing what they can in order to equalize the gold, because it's still just piggy bank gold. It's just waiting for you to take it. But these members of V5 are not going to allow them to, because the smart rotations always mean that they're going to be one step ahead. And just take a look at where Y4 is placed. At this point, he is a minion clearing turret, and he is just moving into the top side, trying to counteract Puff and also Southwind, and he's doing a damn fine job of it, because the Essence Reaver means that he's never lacking for mana. With
him able to push up in the top side and mid constantly being shoved, this deep vision getting harder to control for Vici Gaming. Their bottom side reaction, once again, it's a template that Windy knows well.
Leave him alone.
Realm Warp, he's out. Youdang will take the camp, and maybe the first turret of Vici Gaming to go down.
Windy can just give these turrets, because if it's going to be an even trade all around, then obviously his team wins. It's a Sivir, it's a Xin Zhao, and it's Double Mountain as well. Just keep on going for these trades, and you will be sweet to go.
Can Puff defend this one? Of course he can, but still a bit of damage going to come down, and the rest of V5 towards the top side. Well, a two-man push has taken this long. I mean, V5, of course they're trading up, but they're just going to keep going.
Yeah, and now it's interesting to see where exactly Youdang goes, because he is a very aggressive jungler. So he's not looking for the objectives, he's looking for the kills. And there are plenty on the board, especially sitting for him inside of his own topside jungle. So warding will have to be key for the rest of his team. Where are they? From Vici Gaming? Not there.
Well, they're towards the top side because they have to respond to this big wave coming on in. Y4 is going to be able to wave clear this himself as well, but up against the turret, Demolish Bot going to come through, and Korn just gets half health with the help of Electrocute. That's it for the turret, that's it for the fight. Good night.
There it is. That's the faster push that we were talking about. And it was a one turret trade compared to two. So V5, even though they lost that turret down there, you know what happened this time that didn't happen previously? Windy didn't die, and they got another one in top lane anyway.
I'd expect that now from this push in the top lane, you start looking right towards that dragon, which should be Cloud, which you expectedly should have control of if you're V5. The only concern is at the moment you're putting Ryze down that bottom lane. That's changed. There's now transition, Y4 back towards that bottom side. Controlled lanes here while Vici Gaming look for that deep dive.
It's hard camp as well, but they don't quite know if V5 are coming or not, because that ward down there in the banana brush.
That's so clever from Max. They have no idea where this Vici bottom lane are, because this gank squad are, because they're always towards the bottom lane. Max is shadowing his jungler.
And now they have to get out of there. Look, with the lack of knowledge, especially from Rek'Sai's passive, if you don't see anything going your way, then you just need to get out of there. Because it means either nobody's there and you're wasting your time, or everybody's there and you're going to get collapsed on.
You can just do things like this again. The bottom lane, suddenly no control whatsoever. Ben 4, thank you for the blue buff. Just give it to Mole.
Doing the Vici Gaming against Vici Gaming, stealing their blue.
That's right. Happened second time this game. And Ben 4 even able to walk to that bottom side. And without any contest, V5 the shove again into the top lane that'll come shortly. Into the mid lane. Bottom lane now set up for the push again. And Puff. Well, I think he's just dead.
Oh.
What?
One more.
Woo!
Dang.
Lucky.
All right.
Man, but that's the 80 carry out of the fight. And Chelizi, thanks to you and me, will actually survive and get some healing, but they lose mid lane off of that.
And that was ridiculous to see, getting pushed out by a Zoe alone. This is the point at which Mole is very firmly in the lead. He's only got that Archangels.
I just realized we haven't seen a Zoe against the Yuumi. If Yuumi's not on someone,
dead.
She's actually just dead with 1 Q.
Yeah, because Yuumi has practically no magic resist, very low, and also
she has 3 health, right? 3 health.
You're counting it. You're counting it on the buzz.
Southwind has to jump the Puff immediately. A good call. Was on the Huntsman. Proc there by Y4. They get the turret. They get out again. V5 are strangling Vici Gaming, and I tell you what, it looks so nice. You think it's a massage at first, and Vici going, hang on a minute. Right, this is starting to hurt.
It is. And Vici Gaming, they've slowed down their pace as well. Before, what would happen whenever an objective was taken?
He was spotted out backing before he went into the brush. Vici know he's there. Youdang wants to go in. Korn, they force the flash out of Windy. The 0-3 Ryze will stay that way and just backs a little further away.
Yeah, so paying the tax once again. This isn't the first time that Windy has actually been caught out in that V5 solo laners have been caught out in a precarious situation. Also happened to Mole before, so this team definitely has something to tighten up. But in terms of the macro and objective focus, they've got that down packed. So next biggest objective should be the Baron. They should be moving and migrating all of their wards towards the top side. Currently dominated by Vici Gaming. You can see 2 control wards very heavy into the river as well. So that should be the next point of focus.
And towards the Baron side river, to reiterate there that Vici Gaming lacking in control on the top side once again. As soon as V5 transition their vision, Vici lose everything. They're being so concise, they're being so precise with their vision clearing. You see the control wards in the inventory of V5. It's not like that Vici aren't matching them, but they're just always on top of control wards and vision. Vision denial as well. So V5 doing exactly what they need to set up for this Baron. With a 5k gold lead, Vici knows this can go down at any time.
You're right, but this is the most precarious situation for V5 because it's where they are going to try and bait out the Baron. They have got a TP on Windy.
By the way, Mole has a ghost. So get ready for the chase down potential.
There he is.
As he doesn't get the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, Youdang has himself a nice little cat. Max wants to try and disengage. This is Corn over the blast cone. They get the jungler with a shield of Duran over the wall. It's not stolen away. In fact, ulti's come out left, right, and center with the Void Rush there. Youdang goes to his death. Mole still on the back line. Get ready for this because it's the 4 versus 5 for 30 seconds.
And it was really nice denial away from Max. They keep on going.
Yeah, Mole can keep on doing that. He is a sneaky little sneaky snake this game.
Max showing why he won MVP last game, playing interference on the backside of that Baron wall against Vici Gaming. You could see for the longest time Youdang was actually trying to contemplate whether he was going to walk straight in and get taunted up or not. Take a look at this replay. Taunting up Youdang to the point, and also with the mind to try and pop that blast plant. In the end, he goes over and he ultimates anyway, but he's dead before he even tries.
And you can't get past Mole. I mean, Mole's sitting on the backside, and you're like, how do we get rid of this Zoe? We'll try and burst her, but she's so conniving.
The layers of defense are very tiered. So first you have to get past Max, which is hard to do because he has a shield of Duran. And second of all, after that, you also need to go against Mole, who's going to be Sleepy Trouble Bubbling anybody who can get past the front line.
You're going to have to hope you can get it now. Youdang is clearing vision because he wants the flank, but V5 are just not going to let him. They're into the mid lane. They've got the wave pushed up, and only thanks to the wave clear coming out of Corn and the Akali, as they might have found Windy again, but the shield is ran. It's on to Chelizi. They ignite him as well. They've found him, they've killed him, they've executed him. That was a clone, Ben 4, but okay, I'll forgive you just this once as Mole comes on in yet again. And Youdang found his way somehow to the back. My God, V5 are having a good time.
That was even the Sivir ultimate to rotate her a little bit faster. Now everything is being bared down.
And Corn's just trying to jump in. I think at this point, 20-second death time as V5 can't end the game, but they'll get the maximum out of the inhibitor.
They're going down bot as well.
And they'll get this turret. They take the wave with them. Mole just jumps forward. He's got a Hextech Gunblade for your absolute fun. And now, with a double inhib, let's start talking Turkey Preacher.
Yeah, stress coming out for Vici Gaming. I mean, if you take a look at the lineup, it's a 3 and 4 Youdang. He did so well in the early game, but now that the game has slowed down to the point where it is all push objectives and also pick from the Zoe Sleepy Trouble Bubble, it is not working his way, and he is slowly being forced out of not only his own jungle, but also out of contention for even finding any picks onto the enemy. Take a look at this. Banshee's out. Can't knock up the Zoe. What are you going to do? Gank Windy once again? He knows to back off this time. He's learnt from his previous mistakes. So V5 shoring up their weaknesses and not giving an entranceway into Vici.
There's just so many Banshee Vals. I'll count 2. That's enough for me. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And V5, you know, playing to their strengths this game, it seems. Mole on his star champion that, again, the Zoe needs to be banned away from him. You think he's playing top wall. He played mid this game. Our observer just didn't want to, you know, they're just like, nah, it's still a top lane Zoe. I hope this does not get counted in Game of Legends.
Oh, that's going to be a headache when doing homework.
Oh, man. We'll see. But for Vici, running out of options fast, as that Trouble Bubble connecting is the doomsday device that no one wants to see pop.
Not to mention, there is also a Sivir ultimate, so even if you flash back.
Actually, that wasn't too much damage. I take back my whoop and put it into ooh. As Youdang trying to disappear once again, but the Rise locked him down. Redemption coming down. There goes the turret again. V5 walking into the base like it's their own. Yep,
already got 2 inhibitors, and here's the third. I don't think the Vici can defend, so this is up to V5.
Puff and Southwind are trying so hard to poke them out, but Puff and Southwind, they just can't. At this point for Vici Gaming, Puff takes a Q.
That was one.
That was only one. If that was Southwind, he was dead. And even Windy starting to procure some fine specimens of Qs himself. as they just charge towards the Nexus.
This is it.
They're ready for this to end.
This is the end. Hysterics are bearing it down.
My only friend, the end. Puff and Southwind want to go into the shadow. It's Hello Darkness, my old friend. It's a bit of a change in scenery, a change in music as V5 still pushing up the wave, crashing in the ride, hitting with the AoE. Windy flushes forward.
Oh.
He's not on Yasuo, but it feels like in this game with the Void Rush coming in, Vici Gaming have gotten one, but it's still not enough. Chelizi in the smoke screen. He's screaming, he's beaming, he's all around cheering at this. As Chelizi knocked up again, and V5 in 2-0 fashion that took 5 hours get a 2-0 over Vici.
Doesn't even give him a chance. Once again, you could see the dynamic.